This video was brought to you by Expressvpn. Hey, Zane the computer guy here. It's still pandemic, bro, and I'm still working at home, right here on this actual computer. And that's why I use Expressvpn. Expressvpn encrypts all of my network data, keeping my connection private and encrypted whenever I'm doing work. It also stops the man from tracking my activity. Yes, even in incognito mode, he can do that. So now he can't sell it to advertisers or use my personal data for other nefarious purposes. Thing is though, pandemic ain't just about working at home. You also gotta keep yourself entertained. That's why I use Expressvpn to get around region locks. A couple clicks and suddenly I can stream anything that isn't normally available in the US. You can get thousands of extra shows from your streaming services just by doing this. I've been connecting to a UK server so I can finally watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Also, when I'm gaming online, which the computer, the glasses, of course I do, Expressvpn even protects me from DDoS attacks by masking my IP address. Expressvpn is consistently faster than the competition, comes with round-the-clock customer support, and was even rated #1 by CNET, The Verge, TechRadar, all those big tech sites that probably know what they're talking about. If you want to see for yourself, head to expressvpn.com/Arlo or hit that link in the description to get 3 extra months free. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got this mainframe here. A real doozy. Gotta get through it before lunchtime. I should not be making this video. Probably. This video probably doesn't make any sense. Here's the thing. Okay, Monster Hunter Rise, Switch exclusive. You know, I know the series has become a big thing. Having a hard time figuring out like what I want to do. I didn't know if I wanted to play it. I didn't know if there was enough of an audience for me to make content on it, or if I was gonna like it enough to be able to make any real content for it. Didn't really know what to do. Played the demo, considered doing like an early impressions based on the demo, but then I didn't, and then I ended up playing, you know, I got the full game, tried it out, then I kind of regretted not doing the impressions for the demo, because that's like an early impressions, and then I could do a bigger review impressions, or a full review, or something. I wasn't sure. Okay, I'll do a review impressions. Then I get so into the game that I'm like, okay, no, I can't just do impressions. I gotta do like a full review. I wish I had done an early impressions, but it's too late. It doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna do a full review, okay? So like, didn't want to do a video like this. But then something happened today, literally just today, like about a half hour ago. I booted up the game and I looked at my file and I saw that I have passed 100 hours of playtime. The game's only been out for, I don't know, 3 weeks or something. 100 hours. I don't have a lot of time to play games. I have a busy personal life. I have a busy job life. That feels like an impossible number, and I've probably made a lot of sacrifices to my life in general and my work and my sleep in order to achieve that number. And just when I saw that number, when I saw 100 hours, I just like the gravity of this really just hit me. The scope of this hit me, and I have to do this video right here. Here's the thing, I have a review coming. I'm doing a full scripted review, the complete full review treatment. And it's pretty meaty too. My estimate is about half hour, maybe a little less than a half hour, something close to a half hour, because I had so many things to say about the game, I had to give it the full treatment. And that's probably gonna come out in, I don't know, like a week, maybe more, 1 or 2 weeks or something. I'm not really sure how long it's gonna take to edit. And yet, like, here I am feeling so strongly about this, I just have to do a video. I don't know if this is feasible, I don't know if it's gonna be worth watching at all when a full review is coming later, but like, I'm a YouTuber. I'm addicted to telling people my opinions on on video games. Whenever I feel really strongly about a thing, there's this thing that goes off in my head that's like, you gotta tell people. Whenever, it's just kind of my job. Whenever I feel just super crazy strong about pretty much any video game related thing, I gotta say it. It's just what I do. It's what I'm programmed to do at this point. So I had to do this. I gotta do this right here. Here I am. I gotta tell you, I am crazy. I am crazy about this game. And you know what? That's good. You know what? That's why, like, let's frame this video differently. This isn't even necessarily just an impressions video for the game, sort of, but not exactly. It's more about it's more about how hooked I am on it. It is so rare. I gotta tell you, it is so rare for me to get so fully engrossed in a game. Like, you turn on a game, you start playing it, and you're like, I just want to play it forever. This is my life. You know what I mean? That doesn't happen to me that often. There are a lot of games I enjoy, but very, very few of them grab me so much they're all I want to do. And it's usually a game with a lot of content. You know, what's the last time that happened to me was probably like Stardew Valley or something. You know what I mean? It hooks you so good. It's very rare, especially the older I get and the less time I have for games and all that stuff. Plenty I enjoy, but so few that grab me so wholeheartedly. And obviously, this game is one of them. And it's one of those things where it is an all-encompassing obsession that permeates my entire life. I can't really do much of anything in my life without, just in the back of my mind at least, sometimes in the front of my mind, thinking, gee, I wish I were playing right now. You know, like nothing. There's nothing I can do in my day. It is legitimately distracting from my work. I'm having a hard time getting out. Have you noticed the last 3 weeks have just been like roundups? I think at least, okay, well, there's a few different factors. But that is in no small part thanks to Monster Hunter Rise. Every second of every day, I am actively, well, I'm playing the game or I'm wishing that I were playing the game. It doesn't matter how many hours I put into it. I just want to be putting more. I turn it off after the end of playing for 4 hours or whatever, and I just like, yeah, I wish I could do more, but it's 2 in the morning, and I have to go to sleep, and then I wake up at like 6, and you know what? I play it for another hour until I have to get up and do stuff. It's a problem. It's becoming a problem. But at least, like, I mean, like, hey, there you go. There's my little impression there. That's how hooked I am on the game. And it's all I want to do. And the problem with that is that it completely removes the desire to play any other game. I got other stuff. Like, Pokemon Snap is coming out soon. I got to do a review on that. Am I going to want to? Am I going to want to put down Monster Hunter long enough to do that? That's a problem. I was playing Night in the Woods. I've been looking forward to playing Night in the Woods for a long time. I don't know how far I am into the game, but things are really starting to get good. Super engrossed in the game, super enjoying it. Then I picked up Monster Hunter. Night in the what? What in the Woods? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't care about that dumb game. Throw it in the garbage. Throw my whole game collection into the garbage. If it's not Monster Hunter Rise, I don't care. Obviously, exaggeration, but like, that's where I'm at right now, mentally. And the funny thing is, like, again, because I don't usually have a ton of time to play games, I kind of haven't since I became an adult. There's just been a lot of just, I don't know, a lot of just things in my life, and like I said, personal responsibilities and all that stuff, and work, and I work a lot, and you know, not since I was like a really early adult have I had that much time to play games. So for me, when I like look back on a memory of a game that I just played to death, I played so much, it just engulfed my whole life, I'll look at that and it'll be like 50 hours, 100 hours, you know, sometimes like over 100, but it's so rare, you know, like even Breath of the Wild was like maybe 200, but that was a massive thing. That was, oh gosh, that was my whole life. I just played forever, you know, other stuff, you know, some 3DS games, Resident Evil Revelations with a raid mode. It's like, oh man, I can't believe I played that for 100 hours. For me, 100 hours is like, wow. I remember that game. I played it so much. I put 100 hours into that game. Wow, 100 hours? That's incredible. What a giant amount of my life that just took up, those 100 hours. But I just hit 100 hours in Monster Hunter Rise, and it feels like nothing. That's what's scary about it. That's what's scary, is that 100 hours just happened casually. It barely feels like I've been playing at all, but apparently it's been 100 hours, and I'm not nearing the end here. I'm not nearing a point where I feel satisfied. I'm not like slowing down. I'm not like, but you know what? Maybe I'll go finish Night in the Woods. No, right now, this second, I want to be playing Monster Hunter Rise. That's all I want to do, even after 100 hours. And like, obviously, the game itself is very suited to long play set, long or short, just playing the game. It's very inviting. I'm not going to go too deep into specifics, obviously, because I am doing a full review, but like just to touch on it a little bit for people that maybe like don't even know what the game is about or why I'm so hooked on it. Like just like a basic thing. It's like, it can be grindy and it can be repetitive. It's a really basic, like, you fight a monster, you get the parts from the monster, you take them back, you craft stuff to make yourself stronger, you go out to fight more monsters. You fight to get stronger, to fight to get stronger, etc. It's a lot of time just running around the world, collecting stuff, farming monsters, and like the fights are pretty long. You know, the monsters have a lot of HP. It takes a lot of good effort and thought and stuff to like bring down a monster. And so like that very naturally like lends itself to a game that you can just kind of keep playing for a long time. They built the framework of the game, you know, they just like build the world, build the levels, build the monsters, and then every quest is just drop in the monsters. Do this one, do that one, do both of them, do this, you know what I mean? Like, the content is potentially endless. It's like, it's a very deep game. It's not a big game, but it's very deep. And so, like, and you know, sometimes you want to grind a thing. If you want, you don't have to, but if you want to get that special armor you're looking at, sometimes you might have to grind a bit to get the rare drop or whatever. And so, like, that's the kind of game you could just kind of keep playing forever. And they just, you know, your rank goes up. Oh, here's another rank. Now the monsters drop these kind of parts, so now you can build this kind of armor. And it's like, it's very silly in just how like well it utilizes what it has. And like, it's very, I don't know, it's very transparent how just like easy it was for them to extend the content. There's not a lot of content, and yet, like, what am I trying to say? There's not a lot of content to the game, but the content that you have goes so deep, and you can play it for so long. And it's so much fun. And here's the thing, it's not even just that. It's because that is complemented by the combat. There are so many weapons to choose from, and the combat itself is so good and just so deep and like complex and fun. And the monsters are so incredibly animated and so much fun to bring down. Like, just like the moment-to-moment gameplay is so satisfying that you get hooked into that feedback loop, and you don't care how many times you kill one monster. You don't care how cheap the quests are, where it's just like, go to the flooded forest, kill this guy. Okay, now go to the flooded forest, kill this. It's just like so simple, but you don't care. It just pulls you in. You constantly want to keep moving forward and getting stronger and everything. Like, what I'm basically trying to say is just like the format really fits that. It really makes, like, it makes the hours just fly by. It's repetitive. It's kind of grindy, or it can be grindy, but it doesn't feel that way because every moment is still just so full of joy. And here's the main thing. Here's the main thing that's really extending it by a lot. Because I actually, like, I reached rank 7. I did all the story stuff. So I've actually kind of hit a wall a little bit, but multiplayer. I'm not a big multiplayer guy. And again, I'll go into all this in the review for the most part, but like, basically, multiplayer is so much fun. I'm playing with my friends, and we're having so much fun. All I want to do is play with them, even when I have nothing to do, even when, like, they're just doing, like, low-rank stuff or whatever, and I'm just, like, helping them get through it, or we're just messing around, they're farming something, it doesn't matter, because playing with them, like, playing the game, basically, is so much fun, and then playing with other people is a whole other realm of fun. So it's like, now, even just on top of like having a video game that I wish I were personally playing all the time, I also, like, every single night, we're playing almost every night, and I want to keep playing every night, and I don't know how much longer I'm gonna want to just keep playing every night, but right now, it's all we want to do. All we want to do is play Monster Hunter together. I've been playing with some of my friends, and I've had invites from other friends. I gotta play with them. I got a lot of people on the list that I want to play with, and it's just like, when does it stop? When does it stop? And I asked everyone on Twitter, does this stop? I'm getting kind of scared here. What is happening? And they're like, no, it doesn't stop. It stops when the next game comes out, and then you just get into that one. So I'm worried here. I don't want to get into a big game. It's the same reason I didn't want to get into Stardew Valley. I knew it would hook me and take hundreds of hours, and it did. And now, this is the same thing. I don't need this. I don't need this in my life. This was not helpful. This isn't a good thing. This isn't a video about something I like. I hate this. This is terrible. I'm so addicted to this game. And now am I just gonna have to, every game that comes out, and then here's the main thing, is that this isn't the end of the game. You know, I hit the wall. Maybe I'd stop. Maybe I'd be like kind of on my way to getting tired of it. No, content. Capcom has a ton of content planned. Even just for this month, they're gonna add monsters, and apparently in World, there was the Iceborne DLC was a giant thing. It like doubled the monster roster, added so much. They've got a great history of just doing a lot more content, and they had this big roadmap of content updates. So it's like every time I might be about to get bored, they're just gonna add more stuff. It feels like even at 100 hours, I'm at the beginning of my Monster Hunter journey. And obviously it's great. I'm having a good time. And you know what? Like, I've been really stressed out recently. Personal stuff, just work, everything, just a lot of stress. And I have been shirking some of my responsibilities. I've been not getting enough sleep, and that's not a good thing. But at the same time, it has been therapeutic. It has been really therapeutic to just kind of, to be a little bit selfish. To be a little bit selfish and just be like, you know what, I don't care. I'm gonna play Monster Hunter. And just like the fun of playing it, and the dopamine, and like the fun with my friends and playing it, it's really helped me out. Like, it's really legitimately helped out just me and my mood and my mental well-being these last few weeks. I'm really thankful for it, actually. So I guess I don't even have anything else to say. Like I said, the full review is coming. Just had a lot to say. And like my friend Brian, one of the ones I've been playing with, he's even like, you could probably do a big fat review on this game. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, well, my review is probably going to be like a half hour long, and even that feels like I skimmed over it. It feels like I skimmed over just about everything. I could have talked a lot more. Yeah, I could probably talk about this game for like a few hours if I let myself. I'm not going to, though. I'm just going to do the regular review, so look out for that. Basically, TLDR, gist of this video, I'm so hooked on Monster Hunter Rise. Didn't think I mean, like, there were elements of the series that I could tell were very appealing, but, like, once I played that demo and I just understood it, like, I don't know, I didn't know. I didn't really know. I thought maybe it had the potential to be something I kind of got into, but this is not something I expected. I'm overwhelmed by this. This game is incredible. Anyway, thank you for watching. Are you hooked on Monster Hunter Rise? What's going on with you? What do you think about this game? Are you just enjoying watching everybody else just struggle with how much they're into it, how it's overwhelming their whole lives? Let me know down in the comments. Have a wonderful day. I love you. Goodbye.